I'm Chun Kang from Mediacorp Chinese News. I have a question for Minister Chan. In the press conference on the new cabinet lined up last July, you mentioned that the 4G team has no plan to discuss or change support for DPM Heng as leader. Is there a change now and why? And also a follow-up question that you were chosen as DPM's deputy. So are you next in line in the succession? Thank you.
Thank you, Chun Kang, for the questions. On the first question, prior to DPM Heng's decision to step aside, we were all working on the basis that the issue of succession has been settled. We were all entirely focused on making sure that Singapore can get through the COVID situation and emerge stronger. On the health side, on the economic side, and all other dimensions, we wanted Singapore to emerge stronger from this. Now that DPM has decided to step aside, we will need to relook at the issue of succession. We understand where DPM is coming from. We know that it has been a difficult decision for him, and he has done it in the best interest of Singapore. That is just Swee Keat's character, always thinking about what's best for Singapore and Singaporeans. So now, the team will continue to remain focused on making sure that Singapore can emerge stronger from this COVID pandemic, and at the same time, to establish the foundations for our future success. In making any decision, all of us in the team will continue to put the interests of Singapore and Singaporeans foremost, just as how we have been taught, how it has been shown to us, and how previous generations of leaders have all exemplified this. To your second question, when DPM Heng chose me as his deputy in 2018, and the team supported it, now that DPM has decided to step aside as a leader of the 4G team should be given the opportunity to relook at the question of succession holistically. And we will make a collective decision on who will be the next leader for the 4G in due course. Now, having said that, I must add that our leadership succession plans goes beyond just choosing a leader. It is more than that. It is always about finding and forming the strongest team possible for Singapore, so that Singapore have the best chance to defy the odds of history, to not only survive, but to thrive. And that we will continue to do, and that is what our entire team is committed to do for Singapore and all Singaporeans.
Mothership. Martino.
Hi, good afternoon, PM and DPM. I'm Martino from Mothership. Are there any likely candidates tipped to become the next leader of 4G? In 2018, there are 3 frontrunners. Are there any frontrunners this time? And is there anyone in the lead? Thank you.
Yi Gang can
let me take that question. Thank you, Martino. But maybe before I start, I just also want to say, 2015, when I came into government, I took over from Swee Keat and in Ministry of Education, and it has been a privilege. As you know, the education system went through many changes and going through a reform process, and I think really Swee Keat planted the seeds, got the snowball rolling, set the tone, reducing the overemphasis on academic results, created multiple pathways through Aspire, and that made my job a lot easier, and we keep the momentum going. So it's been a privilege, and I look forward to continue to work with Swee Keat. On Martino's question, for a country like Singapore, I think a good government is critical. And the leadership of that government is also, therefore, very important. So therefore, succession planning is a very, very serious matter. But there's always a tendency to look at succession planning in terms of a race now. Who's in front, who's behind, who overtook who, what is the relative competitive position of each individuals. But actually, that is not the PAP way. Our way is fundamentally, we look at the team, how the team work together, how we complement each other's strengths, and where we have shortcomings, which we all do, how do we support each other? So with time, if we take that team approach, with time, you develop chemistry, dynamics, camaraderie, rapport, and over time, the individual members rally around someone who then emerge as a leader, first among equals. So first among equals doesn't mean the person is the boss that direct people to do work, but the person that can best bring out the talent and strengths of everybody else, and the team builder. So fundamentally, it's different. When it's a race, you only have one winner at the end, standing on the podium with a medal around his or her neck. With a team, we fight heart and soul on the field, and if we win, we have a trophy for the nation. And in that winning team, you will have a captain that can bring out the best of everybody. So that process of developing a strong team and rallying around a first among equal leader takes some time. What we have just learned is a big change, a big reconfiguration. So we seek the understanding and support. We seek your understanding and support to give us some time to regroup. And in due course, we will select a leader amongst us. Rest assured, the 4G team, we are very aware, very conscious of the urgency and seriousness of this task.